Did you know that goldfish have a memory span of 3 seconds? Did you know that goldfish have a memory span of 3 seconds? This is where I could keep doing this forever, just maybe get a little bit of a chuckle out of there. Better than nothing. All right, so we are on to section 6 of Unit 4, which is on creating functions. This is a section that I really enjoy because not a lot of math teachers teach it this way, but I genuinely feel that it's the easiest and quickest possible method. So when we're working, I want you to always be thinking of this type of function, where we have y equals the box times an x plus another box. And what these two boxes get filled in are very specific numbers. The number that goes in front of the x is what we call the pattern. And this spot is what we call the starting value. Now, if you have these two things understood here, and you use this equation, you can create any function that's linear for any of the problems that we're going to be working on today and also in section 9. So what we do is we are given a table and we want to create the function. So yesterday or whenever you did the last video, we were given the function and we made a table. We want to go in reverse. So what we do here, first of all, is we have to accept that the x's go in a pattern of 1. Okay, they always need to go up by 1 in order for this method to work, which they do, so we're good here. Now, we look at the y's, and just like yesterday, we try to see if there's a pattern. Well, in this one, they go up by +2 every time. So in our function, we go y equals a box times x plus another box. This pattern here goes in front of the x. So we go y equals 2 times x. Now, the second part is the starting value. And the starting value is x equals 0. And on this table, we're not given x equals 0. That means we have to figure out what it would be by making our table go in reverse. So if this is 9, 5, 3, that means x equals 0 would be 1. And that 1 is our starting value. And now here is our equation. If we did it right, we could plug any of these numbers in, these x's, and then get the y spit out at us. So if we did 2 times 1, that's 2, plus 1 is 3. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So it looks like we did it correctly. Okay, so just to review, there are basically 2 steps. Step 1 is the pattern, which the pattern is the y's. We care about the y's only. And that pattern can only happen if our x's are consistent, which in this case they were. Step number 2 is that starting value, and that's the y value when x equals 0. So remember, it's not 0, it's the number across from it. Okay, so that's the whole pattern to creating these equations. So I'll do another one here. So we need to make sure the x's are consistent. In this case, it goes -1 to 0, 0 to 1, 1 to, yep, so we're consistent there. And now we need to figure out the pattern. And it looks like it goes up by 3, up by 3, up by 3, up by 3. So there is a true pattern here, which means in our little box, so it's box times x plus a box. That means that the plus 3 is going to go right here. So it's y equal to 3, because we don't need to write the plus, x. And our starting value is where x equals 0, which is right here, but we need the number across from it, which is -2. So you can write it 2 ways, plus -2, or I prefer to write it as y equals 3x minus 2. And we can do that because the positive and the negative fight, and of course the negative wins. And that's it. That's the whole system. I'll do one more, and then I'm going to give you time to try on the last one. Now here, we got a very janky table. We don't have a pattern or anything like that, so I'm going to totally rewrite this table with our pattern that we want. So first of all, I want x0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, this is 15. Our 6, that's 11. Our 5 is 9. And our 2 is 3. Well, it looks like that we go up by 2 each time. So that makes it look good. 7, 5, 1, and this will be -1. And that looks like a pretty clean table. Now our pattern was we went up by 2 each time. So in our equation, box times x plus another box, this box has to be a +2. And our starting value is right here, but we want across from it, which is -1. So we could do plus -1 or y equals 2x minus 1. Now, another thing that's important, so far the number in front of x has always been positive. That's because we've been going up. But if this was reversed and we were going down, that would have to be a -2. Okay? And it's always a good idea after you're done with these problems to go back and check your answers to make sure that your equation works for the table that you were using. But for the sake of time, we're not going to do that in the video. I want you to try this one on your own, see what you get. So this one is a little sneaky that we didn't put a 0 in, but if we're going up by 2, that'll make this a -2 right there. And now our pattern looks consistent. We're going up by 4 each time. So this will be y equals 4x. And our starting value is right here, which is -2. And that is our equation. Okay? This is not necessarily the easiest method, or the easiest types of problems. I think the method's pretty easy. But it's important that you follow it step by step, you take it slow, and you ask questions if you need them. The assignment should be posted on the website.